You know I'm back, like I never left.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Studio B, where we continue our Senior Spotlight series, talking to a variety of seniors from different teams, clubs, and organizations, but their favorite memories and experiences while attending PHS. For our next interview, we're talking to basketball and baseball standout Brett Weldy. This past season, he was named on the ECC basketball sportsmanship team, so stay right here for Brett's interview. Now on the Panther Podcast, Brett Weldy. Brett, thanks for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And then let's start it off with you being named ECC basketball sportsmanship team. What did that recognition mean to you?
It meant a lot. It showed my character. It shows my respect, on and off the court, and just like the love of the game I have for basketball.
And then late in the season, you started playing some of your best basketball, especially in the ECC tournament. Can you talk about that?
Well, we focused on getting the ball down low a lot, and I was told when I get the ball, just go to work. Since Griswold and Montville were both pretty undersized, I definitely had an advantage versus them. And when we played St. Bernard's, a little tougher with that big kid Avery, but we were just trying to limit outside shots just because, like I said, they're, not that big of a team.
And then one of the plays that I talked about greatly during your postseason run was Jaden Fort's hook around pass to drop it down low. What was that like, having that back and forth with Jaden, to have particularly two of the biggest guys in the tournament right now feeding to each other?
Yeah, well, since he can jump pretty high, first of all, and he's really fast, once he got the ball, he could easily make that, quick move. And then the defender on me, had to go over and help. That left me wide open. Or, the guard had to come down and, play help defense. But since I'm, much bigger than all the guards, that's
you can just drop it down on them.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the basketball team, like we alluded to, had quite the Cinderella story in the ECC tournament this year, earning a trip to Mohegan Sun for the championship game. What was that experience like for you as a senior?
That's my probably one of my best moments of my high school career. It was so awesome with all the lights on us and the camera. I felt like I was in the NBA in a way.
Yeah.
That big stadium. My first time ever. Obviously playing there. It was amazing. It was so awesome.
And like I said with Connor's interview, you get brought in deep into Mohegan Sun, and then you have that big walls with all the performers and athletes that have been there.
Yep.
And so then when you go into the locker room, and it's a pretty legit locker room. They have a monitor on, they have the clock going, and then
clock going.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I was like,
it was so cool. It's just crazy because we were the 6th seed going in, and St. Bernard's was the 1 seed, so nobody expected us to make it that far after we beat 3 seed Montville, 2 seed Griswold. So that was just amazing.
It was amazing. Like, I talked to Connor, played some of our best basketball at Waterford during the semifinal.
Yeah.
It was like you thought you could go there, but then when you actually did, it was a really cool experience.
Yeah, definitely. And Waterford isn't a great shooting gym. Teams typically don't shoot well there. And our team this year, I feel like focused on the outside shot a lot. So, like I said earlier, focusing down low is just the key to winning those games.
And then throughout your athletic career here at PHS, is there a basketball game or baseball game that stands out to you in your mind, and why?
Yeah, it's going to be the game versus Griswold, that semifinal game, just because, everything's riding on that game. If we win, we go to Mohegan. If we lose, we have to go to the state playoffs. And we already lost to Griswold twice, and Griswold's, Plainfield's rival. So we all, really want to beat this team. So going to that game, I just, I was so confident. We kind of got destroyed senior night when we played them, so that kind of let our morale down a little bit. But we knew that we could practice. We worked really hard, and we knew that if we played our game, then we would beat them and go to Mohegan.
And then, like you said, you lost 2 times to them in the regular season, and then you alluded to it. On senior night was not the prettiest endeavor for our team. We didn't look the greatest, but
not at all.
But then when we come out to Waterford for the semifinal, we beat Montville, and then we say, all right, we're going to get a crosstown rivalry. And then you guys have, like you said, relied on the deep threat all year, and then you guys started penetrating the paint, and then everything just started going. You and Jaden started to get hot, and it just worked so well for that postseason play.
Yeah, and our defense game was great as well. We limited 3-point shots by, CJ and their big man didn't really do much at all. It was, it was tough.
And then before a game, is there a pre-game routine that you would do before you went out on the court?
Before games, I tend to listen to 80s music a lot. I don't know, something about 80s music gets me like pumped up for the game.
Okay.
And, yeah, before I wear these bracelets, the big pink bracelets before every single game. I wear them all the time, and before every game, I would take them off, give them to Coach Mack for basketball, and then before baseball, I take them. Actually, no, I keep them on during baseball because I'm allowed to, but basketball I can't. But yeah, I don't know. These bracelets, I feel like a good luck sometimes. I don't know.
And then, what is your favorite memories while being here at PHS?
Going to Mohegan, definitely. That's just so cool. It's just so awesome to be in that big stage. Everybody watching us, and especially the day live streaming the game, so you can watch it on like YouTube and like just the online version. It's just so awesome. I feel like I was, like I said again, an NBA player. It's just so cool.
And like, yeah. We got to give props to the ECC for putting that together, allowing the student athlete to feel like they are a pro, with everything.
Definitely. Yeah, even the college team, because they used to have only the state championship be at Mohegan, and now they changed it to the state and ECC, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, allowing us to go there is hats off to the ECC to allow these kids to have that experience. And then, what advice would you give to an incoming freshman, and why?
Definitely cherish the moments with the friends and the teachers you have the closest bond with. Because high school goes very fast, and once it's done, you want to go back because you miss how easy it really was. Because after high school, life gets even harder and harder. So you just gotta cherish those moments.
With all this unexpected free time, what have you been watching and or listening to?
I've been listening to a lot of music. I've also been playing a lot of basketball because I just got a brand new hoop.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
gotta break it in.
Yeah, my brother and I have been shooting a lot of hoops lately outside, so that's pretty cool.
All right, and then you were able to play with your brother this past season with him being on the JV ring. What was it like to see him at practice, and what was it like to have him on that bus ride to a game?
It was a pretty amazing experience because, first of all, last year, but he wasn't very good as a freshman. And then over the summer, we practiced together. We played AAU together. So I knew coming into the season, he'd be a lot better. And, it's awesome that he's there with me during practice because I can help him out with, how to do certain things. So next year when he's on the varsity level, he'll be a little more, advanced than, other kids. And he's also a great supporter of me. He always stays around for my varsity games, cheers me on after the game, tells me a good job. So that's pretty awesome. But I just can't wait to see what he does next year because I know next year he's definitely going to do really well.
That's really cool to have that brother support, especially in that locker room when you guys like, hey, good job, Brett.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Good job, Ryan.
Yeah.
I bet you there's also some you could have done better there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And sometimes when I say that to him, he's kind of like shoves me away. But like I know deep down he's like, what, he's right. He's trying to help me. But like when he says like, oh, you can do this better, I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm supposed to be telling you what to do, not you supposed to tell me what you need to do.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
What's the plans for next year?
I'm going to Eastern, and at the moment, my major is something in business, but I'm probably going to change it to something in like coding or computers. Because that's what I think I want to do. I only came in with the idea of business because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but that did sound the most interesting. But after looking into, different things, I feel like coding and stuff with computers would be definitely better for me.
I think that would be a good fit for you to be behind a computer all the time and typing in those, setting up the next greatest software.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Brett Weldy right here on the Panther Podcast. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Panther Podcast. I'd like to thank Brett Weldy for taking the time out of his day to sit down with me and have a conversation. Executive producer is Mr. Jordan. Project supervisor is Dr. Bickett. On-site producer is Hannah Irons. I'm signing off. Dabbing those haters. Bye, guys.
I got a new attitude and a lease on life is a piece of my